I think that there's a difference between charity and taxation. And sure, I have a great deal of sympathy, and I have helped through our church with helping refugees. But that's charity, and that's something you give voluntarily. But to say, oh, we're going to bring them here and put them on welfare, that's not charity. That's not humanitarian. That's you saying, oh, it's great to give somebody else's money. Give of your own money. If you want to help people, give of your own money. That's noble and charitable. But it's not noble, it's not charitable or humanitarian to give somebody else's money.
Nick?
Senator, how do you respond to the Democrats who say it's inhumane to pause the Syrian refugee program at this time?
We've spent $4.5 billion in humanitarian aid on the Syrian crisis so far. We have 300,000 veterans who are on housing assistance. We don't have infinite resources, so I think it's always more charitable to begin with people who live here. I mean, we just don't have an infinite amount of money. I mean, there are people struggling all over the world. Should we admit them all to our country? And then I think you have to put that into context. Are there people within those midst who would attack us? We offered the Boston bombers free food, free housing, shelter, college, and then they turned around and attacked us. We offered Iraqi refugees asylum in my own town, and then they turned around and attacked us. The Iraqi refugees were in a database because one of their fingerprints was on a bomb fragment in Iraq, and we admitted him to a refugee program. There's a great deal of problems, and until they're figured out, we ought to stop it all.
What's your stance on the religious test, Muslim versus Christian? Do you have a stance on that?
I think it has to be more on the region they come from and less on religion.
The USA Freedom Act this summer that you voted against, I believe, Marco Rubio is one of the people who attacked you on that, as well as Ted Cruz. Is that something now they're trying to bring back those metadata programs? Is that something you're going to stop?
If Marco Rubio spent more time in the Senate doing his job, he might understand that that program's still in existence. The bulk collection of phone data still goes on. So when people like him say, oh, just give up your liberty and you'll be secure and we have to give up more liberty, we already do the bulk collection program. It hasn't stopped. In Paris, in France, they have bulk collection on steroids. They have a bulk collection program 1,000 times more invasive than ours, and it didn't predict the attack. So the thing is how much liberty does Marco Rubio want us to give up before we're going to be safe? I have a feeling that everything we're fighting against, we might succumb to that by giving up our liberty in the process of the battle. And I think we can't forget who we are in the process of defending the country. I think it's a big mistake for Marco Rubio to call for collecting every American's phone records. I think he's on the wrong side of history.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.